What is going on, y'all? Welcome back out to the bench in the backyard. My name is Jordan, and I just hit the clearance section at Lowe's. So I got this little gardenia. It's which one is it? Gardenia jasminoides daisy. So it's got fairly large daisy-shaped flowers. I also have a couple of azaleas that I picked up. This one, I do not know why it was in the clearance section. There's no dead branching on it whatsoever. So, don't know why it got put in the clearance section, but not mad at it. They had a bunch of them. I guess they probably just got a new shipment in and they needed some room. So they got rid of some of their older stuff. It's my assumption. That's the only thing that makes any sense. So, yeah. So, as far as this one goes, I guess first thing we'll do is we'll get this out of the soil. The roots look pretty good on it. Hopefully there's nothing too far up. We'll see. We'll just scrape it out until we get to the top of the root ball. Starting to find some heavier roots now. So we gained a good ½ inch from the height of it. Grab little root rake. Got a few roots growing straight up. So normally I wouldn't do this much to a root ball that is something from the clearance section. But, I mean, there's nothing but fresh new growth up top. I mean, like I said, I do not see any dead or dying branches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves that are yellowed a little bit, but all of those are farther down, so it's older leaves. And I mean, this thing's just like super healthy. Definitely not what normally you would find in a clearance section. This one was $10.98, so I got it for like $7. Like it wound up being like $7.34 or something like that. And so I mean, I couldn't pass that up for a real cheap tree. All right, so that's about as far as we can take it down, or as far as I want to take it down. But I can come in here, make sure everything's... We've got a few bigger roots that we need to clear up. This one's growing straight down. This one's growing straight down. Straight down. These are growing up. Don't want those. Also growing up. But if you look in here at the top, we've got a good radial root spread on some of these bigger roots. Got a crossing root right here. A couple more that are growing down. This one, we've got some finer roots up here. So I'll actually come in, put that off right there. That one's growing up. That one's growing up. Got another crossing root. But there we go. So probably that as the front of the root spread. It's got some good surface roots. Although, yeah, because the trunk is coming right at us. We don't really want that. Our best movement's going to be right there. So there we have that. I'll go water this in real quick and then we'll do a little quick chop on it and call it a day for this one. Alright, so as far as the design goes on this, I mean, we can run it as just a normal broom style. I could take off these taller branches up here. We can maybe bring this out to the side. Bring this back over this way to finish up here for a little informal upright. There is a lot of low growth here, so I think what I want to do, there would be a lot of bar branching, or there is a lot of bar branching. So this was going to be our front. So this one right here is poking us in the eye a little bit. This one right here is kind of competing with our first branch, or our second branch right here. So our first directional branch is over this way. Our second branch can be right there. Take everything off that's growing straight towards us, and the bottom portion of this. So our first and second branch are exactly where we want them. And then we've got this little kind of two trunk set up now. So if we bring this one in like that, we can kind of tie these two together. Maybe bring that out to the back. Let this be our new leader for this one. Then we bring this one over and back out. So I need some 3.5. So about like that. So we have our new apex right here. About like that. Coming back over in towards. So one piece of wire and a little bit of soil. We have a nice little $7.50 bonsai, little gardenia. So there's that little clearance section gardenia. And then we have two different sizes of azalea. If you're from anywhere near the south, you see these everywhere. They're encore azaleas. They bloom multiple times a year. And so, like, just crazy. I understand why these were on the clearance rack. There are a good number of dead twigs down on the inside, but you're going to get that with azaleas. They get shaded out, especially the way the big box stores have their plants set up. Everything's crunched in together. So if you've got a whole bunch of stuff on either side, basically everything on the inside is going to die out. But little purple into pink flowers. I don't see any of the older flowers, but they're it goes like a kind of a lightish purple, and it fades into this really nice light pink, a little bit of white fringes. But with these, all I'm going to be doing is cutting out all the dead stuff and picking all the flowers. So all the flowers, all these little seed pods, so right in here, you see these are where the flowers used to be. And we got to pull that whole thing out just to try and get this plant to push as much into producing new foliage rather than producing seeds, because all these seeds are going to do is take away oh, that's a flower bud that never opened. All the seeds are going to do is take away energy from the plant that could have been used for new foliage. So we'll go in, just like I did with my my native azalea that I've had for 2 years now. You just go in, pull all the flowers. Make sure if we pull just the flower and leave one of these stems there, that we go in and pull the stems, so we don't have to worry about putting too much energy into the flowers. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go in, take off all the flowers, and then we'll go in and any of these twigs that are dead we'll cut off, and I will see y'all when I get done with that. Alright, so that's cleaned up. Well, almost. I always do that. Every time I say, well, that's it, that's all I'm taking off, I turn it around and I see one more piece of dead stick. Alright, so I think that really is it this time. Basically what I did, took all the flowers off, made sure to get all the seed pods as well. Any branch that shows any sign of life whatsoever, I left, because it's going to need as much energy as it can get. So if there is anything, even if it's like half of a leaf, like, let me see if I can find a spot. There's one here on the inside that I cut back to right here. So all the way out here, I've got a little bud that's starting to pop. I just cut back to it. There's a bud right here. So hopefully opening this up a good bit, getting all of those dead flowers out, will help to get a little bit of energy into this tree, especially keeping it from producing seeds will be the big thing. And then the rest of it's just going to be a wait and see. Not right now, but probably in about 2 weeks, I'll go ahead and fertilize. I've got a flowering fertilizer that I use for these. And so same thing with these little small ones. We just pull the flowers. Probably should have shown you on this one and then just brought the other ones up, because this one will go much faster than that last one. This one will probably wind up being, I mean, we've got some back budding here on this branch, so I mean, we know it's growing. It still has the ability to put out new foliage, so that is a good thing. And again, if there's any green whatsoever on the branch, it stays. Otherwise, it comes off, just to kind of try and give it the best shot it has. And these leaves right here are all new. This is new growth. This is new growth. This is new growth. There's some green up here. There's a bud right there that I can cut back here. That broke. So that's not going to do any good. All right, so there's that. A little bit less healthy than this one that I did the other day. Same thing, pulled all the flowers off, cut every stick that didn't have any anything growing on it, and so yeah, we got that. A larger version, same thing that I did yesterday. If it had green on it, I left it just to give it the best chance to get enough energy from the canopy, just to maybe, hopefully, because I really like the movement on this one. It comes, I've got one big strong root over here. And then another strong root over here, kind of comes up a little bit. So that one's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. Might have a little bit of a circling root. But I'm not going to worry about the Nabari until I can make sure that it's going to live. So, but this one has some really good movement. So from like right there, if we came up this way, and continued up this way with the so keep this one and basically cut everything else off, or maybe this, come up, curve, and then bring this back towards the front, the middle. Oh, this one has a lot of potential with this nice curving lower section of the trunk. If you can see that a little bit better, but it comes up and then just curves really nicely. This one's fairly straight, but we could turn it into a little mame size twin trunk, or even bring this out like that. So we'd have this, but this is our main trunk, right, coming up right there. That's a possibility. We'll see. See how these bounce back. This one again has some decent movement, coming up this way and then moving back or moving up. Any one of these branches we could use as the new trunk. And then this one, would probably cut this off and grow out a new first directional branch from this right here. I didn't see that. It lost a branch. There was a branch back here. Just that. But anyway, probably keep this as the apex right here. Cut back to any new growth that I get down low over the year, over this growing season. We'll come back next growing season and see what we can make with these 4 trees. So yeah, that's that. Or I guess 5 trees. Okay, well, we already made something with this tree. So we've got 2 of this size, 2 of this size, and then 1 little gardenia, all for like 50 bucks. So about 10 bucks a tree total. I can't complain about that. All right, so quick update on these clearance items that I got. Ooh, you got some ivy on you. As you can see, the 2 big azaleas, I mean, they're doing fantastic. This one had 1 branch die off on it, and this one just died off. Oh well. So it's been about a month. This gardenia has had a few branches die. But other than that, it's doing all right. I'm not going to do anything else with that this year. Let it grow, and hopefully it'll bud back next year. I do have some fresh buds back here. Some of the tips have died off, but yeah, it's got some new growth on it, so I'm not too worried about losing it. And again, that was like a $6 tree, so it'll be all right. This guy, so this guy, come in here and cut off this dead branch. right, and these other two big ones, I'm not seeing any dead branches. There's a few like little twigs that got shaded out a little bit, but other than that, these things are doing pretty good. Got buds coming off of the trunk down here. Over here, I've got a flower bud that looks like it's about to come out. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, that was definitely a flower bud that just didn't pop. It's actually a dead bud. So yeah, little I don't remember what I spent for these. I want to say I got both of these for 25, both of the little ones for like 12 bucks, and that gardenia was like 7. So for 4 trees, I spent like $45. So pretty happy with what I got. There's some pretty good movement on this trunk right here. So it comes out and then back up. We can use this as our leader, or we could use this one as our leader because it comes up and then goes back in. And then wind up with just this foliage right here for right now. And when it buds back down the line, we're going to let these grow out. They were in the clearance section for a reason. They were looking a little ugly. So we'll let these grow out. And so you will see these again next year, probably, as long as they make it through the winter. And yeah. So if you liked what you saw today, go ahead and subscribe, hit that thumbs up down below. If you didn't like what you saw, leave a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know how I can do this a little bit differently, make these a little bit better trees. Or if you have a suggestion on which way to go with any of these, let me know. And one of these days, I need to have a little live stream and let y'all design a tree for me. So yeah, until the next time I see y'all out at the bench in the backyard, just remember to grow them big, but keep them small.